If you desire happiness after your wedding, then in this content, I'll be sharing with you the number one thing you should aim at after wedding. One of the things you should aim at after marriage is settling down in marriage and not starting a family. This is where most people get it wrong in their marriage. And if you can learn from this, I tell you, you will thank me later. When I got married to my wife, I made this mistake and I really learned from it. And I've decided I will make sure those people learning from me don't repeat this mistake. Immediately after marriage, my wife and I spoke. I told her we should plan work for 2 years before having babies. She told me, no, let's go on and make babies because knowing that she's married, she's from a different tribe, I'm from a different tribe. She's from the northern part of the country, I'm from the southern part of the country, that having a child will help us seal the marriage. And we rushed into having kids. And I know what we suffered because in marriage, I discovered there are many things about my spouse, my wife, I never knew, despite all I thought I knew about her during our courtship. So in marriage, immediately you get married, forget about making babies. Settle down and replan. Think of how you can make the marriage better. Focus on financial management. Focus on increasing your earning. Understand your spouse. Let me tell you one thing you need to know about marriage. The person you knew during dating and courtship is a different person entirely when you get married. Because in marriage, you'll be seeing this person often and you'll be understanding some of the things you never knew, or you'll be discovering some of the things you never knew about this person. So I advise you to take 6 to 1 year to understand yourself. Learn more about your spouse and check the things you will tolerate and the things you will not tolerate so that your spouse can really change. But what I see most people do, they just rush into it without understanding each other. They start bringing babies into it. This thing really affected me in my marriage. When our first daughter came, we are trying to understand ourselves. There are things I never liked. There are things she never liked. Coupled with a child, we started shifting the attention of ourselves to the baby without really understanding. Up to now, my wife, there are things she don't really understand about me. And there are things I don't really understand about her. If we have not had kids, I believe I would have taken time to understand her and she would have taken time to understand me. Now, what we are doing is parenting the kids and trying to understand each other, which would have been far better if we've taken time to understand. Another area where I said you should settle down in marriage before starting a family is in the area of finance. No matter how prepared you think you are, when you start marriage, you discover you need more finance. You need financial management because I've discovered one of the challenges in marriage is finance, and not just abundance of finance or lack of finance, but also the management of the finance. How you manage third parties. It's in marriage you start planning immediately after your marriage, you start planning on how to manage third parties. So settle down in marriage. Replan your plans. Sit down and have a 5 years plan. Then decide how many kids you want to have. Decide whether you'll be going back for education. Decide whether you will be doing a full-time business or you'll be doing a part-time business or you'll be employed full-time before even starting a family. I've seen many people, due to the pressure of putting the family's bills, paying the kids' school fees, providing for the kids, they engage in any job. They employ to where they seek employment where they don't want to be employed. So take time and settle down in marriage. Aim at settling down in marriage before starting a family if you desire happiness in your marriage. This is all for this content. Thank you so much.